Hold it just like this and don't move it, okay?
Okay.
Hey, what happened to my light?
I'm sorry. Please don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me.
In today's gym class, my son is going to be joining us, and believe it or not, around 10 years ago, he used to actually go to this school. Pretty cool, huh? Luke, do you mind going to the back and getting the jerseys?
Yeah, for sure.
Hey son, what are you doing home from school so early?
I was the only one to answer the question right because
My son's a genius. What was the question?
it was who put the trash can on the teacher's head.
Do you want to go to a movie with me and Jesse in a bit? You mean Jesse and I? Me and Jesse are going to a movie and we're wondering if you want to come. Yes, I know, but you said me and Jesse when the correct pronunciation is Jesse and I. Whatever. Do you want to come or not? I'll have to think about it. Okay, well, while you're thinking about that, I have a quick story for you. So, yesterday on the news, I seen this guy. You saw him? Yeah, I seen him on the news. No, you saw him on the news. Whatever. I saw this guy on the news that said the movie we're going to. Who? The guy on the news. No, I know, but you said you saw this guy on the news that said, when it's actually you saw this guy on the news who said. Forget I even called.
Hey Luke, how's it going? Just wanted to let you know your mother and I are home now.
Okay. Wait, did you guys eat yet?
Yeah, we ate. Why?
Because I texted Mom to get me something. Do you know if she got it?
Oh, let me ask. Hey honey,
Yes?
Luke said he asked you to get him something to eat. Did you?
I forgot.
Oh, and you know what's crazy? You told me, and I also forgot.
I mean, I guess people forget sometimes, right?
Yeah, like our son.
Huh?
You definitely understand, because yesterday when we asked you to clean your room and do the dishes, you said you forgot.
No, but I actually did forget.
Well, don't worry about it then, because next time we will definitely try not to forget your food.
Today I have a worksheet for you guys about the book that we just finished reading. And you know what, guys? I was actually talking to my husband about the book because, believe it or not, he just finished reading it as well. And we spoke about the kids. Do you agree, Luke? Yeah. I was thinking the exact same thing. What did your husband think about when the kids discovered they had superpowers? You'll never believe what he said. He told me that when he was younger, something... Oh, I guess that's all the time we have for today's class. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and we'll work on this another time. I saw your pin. What? No, you didn't. Yes, I did. What is it then? It's 1010. No, it's 1818.
Wake up, filthy.
This is a real scary McDonald's customer service story. A young girl who lived with her 3-year-old sister and her mother experienced a very frightening moment. One of her mother's cousins worked at a McDonald's near where they lived, so she often stays there after school while she waits for her mother to pick her up. One day while she was studying at McDonald's and taking care of her little sister who was playing in the playground, 2 strange-looking men walked in. One of them suddenly approached the girl and started asking her a bunch of questions, but she was really scared and didn't really answer them. A few minutes later, she looked out to see her sister, but she wasn't there. She quickly got up to look for her and realized that the other man was in the parking lot trying to get her sister into the car while she was kicking and screaming. The girl ran to her mom's cousin and told him to call 911, but the man who was taking her sister gave up when he saw several employees approaching him and left the girl on the ground. If she hadn't acted quickly, she may never have seen her sister again. The happiest prisoner on death row. Joe Arity was born in 1915 in Colorado. He eventually entered the state training and home school for the mentally handicapped at the age of 10. At the age of 21, he left school and boarded a freight car and ended up in Wyoming. At the same time, the police were on the lookout for a person guilty of murder and attempted murder on the 2 sisters, Dorothy and Barbara Drain. While Joe was wandering around, he was stopped by the sheriff George Carroll, who thought he was a suspect in the crime. After questioning him, the sheriff said he confessed to the crimes and was arrested. Then Frank Aguilar, who worked for the Drain family, confessed to the crime. Barbara, who was the survivor of the attack, confirmed that it was Frank and said that she had never seen Joe. Joe's lawyer tried to obtain a plea of insanity because 3 psychiatrists said that he had an IQ of 46 and the mind of a 6-year-old. Despite this, Joe was wrongfully sentenced to death, and everyone who saw him in jail said that he kept smiling. On the day of his execution, he still couldn't understand what was going on and still had a smile on his face as he entered the gas chamber. These simple objects had a secret from you in plain sight. The marks on the side of coins haven't always been there. In the 18th century, people were saving coins to make new ones, which is clearly illegal. So to stop this, they began engraving the sides to prevent them from being manipulated, which worked. The ring on cans lets people put their cigarettes there, but also if you have a painting that's fallen, because one of the hooks detached, you can screw the ring into the painting and hang it again. Water bottles can be used to create a small greenhouse. Just cut the bottom and you can watch the seed grow. The Orbit chewing gum has a secret hidden in the logo. The round shape of the O has 2 colors. The light one represents day and the dark one represents night, just like our planet orbiting the sun. And finally, if you place garlic cloves in the microwave for 10 seconds, the husk will separate so you don't have to peel it with your hands. Chilling facts about the Titanic that you didn't know. In 1912, on April 14th at 11:40 p.m., the Titanic hit an iceberg causing damage to the ship, and after a couple hours it broke in 2 and sank completely. While the ship was sinking, the crew sent emergency signals that were picked up by 2 ships. The SS Californian, which was the closest to the Titanic, and the RMS Carpathia, which was farther away. The Carpathia was the one that came and saved the passengers who survived the sinking. But if the Californian had responded to the emergency call, it could have saved more lives or even all of them. The Titanic had the capacity for 64 lifeboats, but in the end only 20 boats were used. The actual number of people who passed away is unknown, but it's estimated that there was around 1,518 people. The names of all the passengers are also unknown. In the investigations, they found out that lots of them were traveling under false names, which is why some of the tombstones have no names. Here's how El Chapo escaped prison. If you don't know who he is, El Chapo was a drug lord with a net worth of around $2 to $4 billion. He was sentenced to 20 years in jail for murder and drug trafficking. He was placed in one of Mexico's top security prisons, but he managed to escape. In this footage from the 24-hour security camera in his cell, you can see him take off his slippers and go over to a shower and disappear. They later found out that under the shower was a hole that led to a tunnel, but since it was behind the shower, the camera couldn't see it. Inside the tunnel was a minecart that was built with a motorcycle so he could escape quickly. On the other side of the tunnel was this house that was only used to cover it up so no one would know that it was there. The most brutal military drills. South Korea's elite army has to go into freezing water that's minus 30 degrees for training, and for 9 days they have to do combat training in the snow at extreme temperatures. In North Korea, the training's also brutal. One of their daily activities is to hit a piece of wood wrapped in rope 5,000 times and hit blocks of salt with their bleeding fists to make the muscles in their hands stronger. Part of the Chinese army training consists of wooden sticks being smashed on their backs, concrete blocks bursting in their arms, plates being broke over their heads, and being hit in the head and stomach with a hammer. Finally, military members from different countries have participated in this training exercise, where they have to drink snake blood and eat live animals. This training is a survival course for them to learn how to survive in extreme conditions.